If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
Welcome to Alien Theorists, Theorizing. Listen, if you're watching this live, which this isn't live, but you're probably hearing a familiar voice, and that is the one, the only, Ben Bowlin, returning to the show. What's going on, Ben?
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's true. It's happening. It's Braden. It's Dan. We're sending great thoughts to Andrew and Zell.
No, we're not. Don't put thoughts in our minds. That's not what I'm saying.
You might be doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do that.
Well,
don't think my thoughts for me.
We'll see how it goes. I am privileged to be here, you guys, and I want to give a mea culpa to all of us listening at home. There is, if you listen to the previous episode, about a solid 3 minutes of our dear co-host saying some guy from the U.S. was big-timing them and wasn't able to show up. So I'm here now, and I couldn't be more excited to hang out with you guys.
Dude, after talking so much trash, that's why two guys were like, I can't come face him after running our mouths. Are you kidding me?
So the mea culpas are here. We're feeling good, right? No,
yeah, it's 100%.
Yeah, just to remind everybody who is wondering why are these guys talking with such a deep history. Now, we met originally in the United States at a thing called, what was it, Dan? Alien Con?
Alien Con,
Yeah, we met there, and then we clicked, and I was fortunate enough to be on this show earlier for the Silurian hypothesis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good times.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that, and I've been following ATT for a moment, several moments, I would say. And at this point, I guess I have to put it out there, Braden, Dan, I'm not that kind of cop. Like, you guys are not in my jurisdiction. Anything you want to say, totally fine. You know what I mean? You're not the guy, you're not the droids I'm looking for, if that makes sense. But I get your back. Big fan. Also, so much stuff happening.
Oh,
so
dude,
much stuff.
It's wild right now. Yeah, listen. First off, I'll say you guys off the hook. I know you guys both you were sweating over that digital service tax that we were about to slam on you. I knew it. I knew you guys were sweating. Who was going to blink first? And you know what? Right. As Canadians, we decided to pull that off the table and not just hammer, all your media with our weird tax.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That way we can resume trade talks, because if you want any of these eggs up here, you want cheap eggs, we got them.
You got the cheap eggs?
We got the cheap eggs up here, all right? That's where they are. Right? We'll settle this out. Maybe we can hash out a trade deal, all right? You take Trudeau, We'll take Trump up here. We'll send him to the Yukon, all right? Fair trade. You send ours down deep south. We'll send yours deep north, right? Well,
I like deep north as a concept.
Send him to the wall.
dude, it's when you go up there, it's nothing. You've never seen barren landscape and cold frontier. You're like, oh, this sucks. You're like,
Okay.
no wonder why everyone lives on the border.
Okay, so a deep north 10 is a Toronto 6?
Oh, dude, a deep north, dude. Okay, hold on.
I put you into problematic water immediately.
No, there is no problematic water. I'll tell you right now. The three of us get off a plane. We're all 3 10s in deep north. Every single 10,
Oh
10,
my gosh.
10. And
That's so nice of you. Yeah.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, so it's like we go to Toronto and you're like, ugh. Our numbers drop drastically. The closer we get to the border and the closer you get to the equator, my number just starts falling off a cliff.
You're looking pretty
realistic,
good.
right?
Steep.
Yeah,
Dan, he's
dude,
looking good. He's looking good.
It's lighting.
because we do the
It's
podcast and stuff. I do all my work chest up, right? I'm just a mess chest down. It's unbelievable. Right? I just widen out.
Yeah, it's all podcast show muscles. Is what it is.
Facade,
It's all shoulders and just neck, and that's it.
Yeah. I don't know, Dan. I see you've been doing some pull-ups. Yeah.
That's,
Yeah. You got the traps on it. You got that gamer chair behind you,
Yeah, well, Dan's hoping Amazon does a new season, turns Lord of the Rings into a long, drawn out 8 seasons, and he's gonna try out for Gimli.
Yeah.
That's his build right now. He's Gimli. He's got the Gimli build.
Maybe a Gimli build. I'm just short, stocky, just just a terrible block of a person.
You guys are nailing it. Stop trashing each other.
I did have a hypothetical for you. I ran it past the guys, and because you said, I've told you guys before. I ran it past them in the sense that I asked them.
Mention it quickly in passing while we're in the room.
Hypothetically, this is a curious one. It's my favorite. It's my favorite one to ask. Your spouse gets kidnapped, right? $50,000 cash. You get her back.
Okay.
You're pony up the cash. You got to meet a drop point an hour away. You listen to music on the drive?
Is it an option to have a team with you?
No, it's just you. You're going to drop. Everything's going to be smooth, but you've got a hard hour drive ahead of you.
No comms otherwise.
No comms otherwise. Are you listening to radio? You going total just, are you sitting with your thoughts in silence, or are you gonna get bored, turn on a...
Gonna put on your gym pump up jams, or
What a phenomenal question.
Your 1980s Japan City Pop playlist.
Jesus,
because it's a tough one to be
stalking me. So yeah, this is a great question. This is a great hypothetical question. I appreciate it. So if we're talking in actual terms, then if you have no other choice, like you have no two-way radio or any kind of team with you, then you will want to listen to local radio in case there are weather events or in case there are upcoming developments. But if I'm being cool and civ for this conversation, then I would say, obviously, Hall of the Mountain King. Are you fucking kidding me? That's the best one.
It's so funny because I never once thought, when someone asked me that, of being like, I should listen to local radio. Make sure traffic report or roads. I was like, I don't know. Do I got Spotify podcast?
You said an hour out.
Appropriate? Yeah, an hour. Yeah, that's good.
Which
I
was
like
the
that.
first
I like the way your brain
online.
thinks.
Well,
I like the way your brain thinks. It's good.
Well,
so what do you think's wrong with all the people in the UFO culture right now? How come they're
small talk? Love it.
Right? How come everyone's falling for all this cake bullshit? All right.
Right. It's similar to the old. Remember that really creepy guy, Lewis Carroll? Yeah. He had a had a line from one of his characters that equates to something like jam tomorrow, jam yesterday, but never ever jam today. And that's a defining trait of the concept of disclosure as weaponized in Western media discourse now.
It's always on the horizon, kind of the whatever. Yeah.
Okay. I am very fun at parties. It is like it's like what do we call it? The sexual version of it would be something like edging or gooning.
Gooning.
Two terms I learned recently.
Yeah.
Gooning is a recent.
But you've been practicing for.
Yeah. Very Matrix. Like I know kung fu. Whatever. To answer your question directly, there, Braden, there is an older, longer history to ufology in Western practice, and it does seem to have a Venn diagram, right, with what we would call right-wing politics in the West, you see earlier alternate versions of it in the 1960s, right? And early 1900s, and indeed in the early pre-U.S. Civil War discourse, wherein there were a shit ton of, hippies in the 1960s and cult leaders before who said, I saw a UFO, maybe money's made up, right? Like we should have everybody get together and no capitalism. Problem being, up until and toward the 1960s in the United States and in Mexico in particular, those thought leaders who saw UFOs inevitably created cultic organizations and inevitably said, I am Jesus Christ. I should be the only one who can sleep with anyone. And that didn't play very well. And now we are seeing overall, I don't want to sound too like Chomsky or old man, too late, but the now to your question there, Braden, directly, we're seeing a Western discourse in which the majority of adherents, self-selecting, sample size volunteers, people who are choosing of their own free time to invest in MUFON, to study the ruins of ATIP and stuff like that, they are primarily coming from what the rest of the world would call relatively right-wing or a conservative bent. And it's interesting. I think it's a pickle primarily because it's a safe way to ask about the unexplained.
From that, Ben, a couple months ago, I kind of get your thoughts about how you feel about there's like that either the formation of or what is kind of becoming like the schism between, you got people like Greer on one side, you got Dr. Stephen Greer on the one side, right. And then you've got George Knapp / Corbell on the other side, Jeremy and they're kind of like, and they're all, they've got this. It's just this weird like animosity that they get towards each other. Like,
have they
like,
divided?
Well, it's like Greer was on Alex Jones and there was
also a time where Greer on Twitter called for his supporters to join his armed militia to attack military bases. I was one of the first people. I was like, "We're in, Greer." There was
this implication that Greer was kind of putting forward that Corbell and like people like, or is it? Maybe not Corbell and that. Maybe he was more talking about like Elizondo, that they were more part of like a larger either like cover up or like psyop type of situation where they're putting out information that is in the interests of other parties that don't have like disclosure at as the end goal, right?
Yeah,
I don't know if you weren't aware of it, like it's like that's just something that's kind of been like maybe it hasn't, there's not like a formal schism, but there's something like boiling under there. You're just kind of like,
yeah, I appreciate it, hearing it in you guys' words, right? In your own described experiences, as we say. So the interesting aspect of this is that, in full disclosure, I'm a student of George Knapp's work. I have interviewed Jeremy Corbell. I lucked out on not answering the phone when Alex Jones called. Dr. Stephen Greer, or Greer himself, have not spoken with the person. The idea of disclosure, going back to Braden's earlier question about a possible, as you described, schism, Dan, that feels like we're missing the mission sometimes. If the end goal is to disclose some sort of thing that the public deserves to know, then should not all people pursuing that be aligned in that pursuit? Like, look, I'm a
that would make the most sense. Yeah,
but so why? Like, is it wrestling? Is it jam tomorrow, jam yesterday, never ever jam today? Are these guys fighting? Like,
that's what I was kind of wondering, because it's like, and if they were, I was like, Greer's a pretty buff guy, and he's probably gonna get some. I was like, I'd probably be on the Greer side to be like,
Jeremy's got it, man. Jeremy's slick with it.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's not like everything kind of right now, where it's like, just because of everything going on in the world, like the public interest in this kind of thing is probably waned or strained is probably a better.
It's just overshadowed.
It's just over. Like, you know what I mean? There's just people are like, when, like, you know what I mean? Like, we've heard this has been in the forefront for so long now that a lot of these people are now competing for audience, because at the end of the day, a lot of these people this is how they make a living, right? They're trying to make disclosure, but also making a living at it. So now when you're like, you're splitting you can only split the pie so many ways. So it's like, I kind of feel like it's infighting trying to collect, like, no, you need to follow me because I'm going to have the answers.
Because Greer has his own, it's C5, C7, that constant throw your mind waves out there and summon the UFOs.
We copyrighted CE9. We're coming out with it. $69.99 a month.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Do you guys take $10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tight.
Any bucks.
All right, I'll put it on Andrew's tab.
Special discount. Andrew, check out. Yeah.
As you were saying, Dad.
So like Greer has his own flavor of a UFO contact formation or whatever, that the CE, it's the CE5 or what is it? Is it CE5?
CE5, yeah.
It's CE5, where he had the whole thing. It's like, you go out into the desert with him, and you look into the night sky, put your thought waves out there, and the UFOs will appear. Some people have been like, and then you've got Corbell and Knapp on the other side, who are like providing physical evidence, stuff like that, but or video. And there's, they've got their whistleblowers and stuff like that. So I'm kind of like, I'm like, where is it? Is it that they're trying to push each other like towards either side? Like, there's just been some weird feuding there. That's kind of been like, like you said, I feel like if they're all pushing to the same thing, like, why is that there? Like, why, what is happening?
Maybe it's the accusations of disinformation are distressingly common in a lot of this back and forth. You know what I mean? It's like the earlier days of theosophy. If we remember the spiritualist movement, where there would be mediums, and obviously Steve, Jeremy, George, if you're hearing this, This is not a direct comparison to you guys. I'm just saying that in the days of melding science and what we call the divine or religion, when that happened in the West, there were a bunch of mediums, self-proclaimed, self-educated, and the one thing they would always say is, well, that other person doesn't really know, right? That other person is kind of bullshit, so you give me your time and attention. And that's, I hope that is not the case of what's going on here. I hope that people are working with, the best of intentions, because it is inarguable in this case. Like, we can talk about what happens after you die, whatever you guys want. Right. But I'll call it medium. All right. Okay. Not all the jokes are going to land. All right. But in this case, it's different from spiritualist movements in that people are talking about inarguable facts. There are strange things in the sky, right? There are also strange things in the water, Nimitz and so on, but there's more to the story there, and it just makes me feel kind of bummed that those guys will be fighting.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's a collective push in the same direction right now. It seems like it's everyone's
like
just
tugging a little bit. Like
a couple months ago, Travis Taylor was releasing emails between him and another guy where he's like, "You're a motherfucker, fuck you!" Like, he's like swearing. He was releasing he was tweeting the emails that he's sending to this guy, and you're like, "Whoa, pump the brakes, dude!"
Just
like,
reply all and just like blast it out there.
You're like, "Whoa, man! Like, do you not have any PR person there with Skinwalker Ranch that was going to look over these?"
Do you think any of those folks are cynical? Like, do you think they're all good faith actors in the pursuit?
I'll say this from personal experience of having dealt with TV production.
Andrew and Zell, yeah.
Yeah, well, early on, we were approached because someone wanted us to make a TV show, and they were like, we love your show. We want you guys to do a show. And we're like, how do we do a show on we fucking talk nonsense, dude. Like, we're like, how is this a show? And then very quickly they started to push us into like, you know what would be cool? Portals. Portals are huge. Portals. That's going to be your guys' thing. Portals. You need a thing. And portals. And we're like, portals? Right? And so it's like, I can see how, like, especially someone like Travis Taylor and say a group like that, where you're getting funding to do real research. But it's also entertainment. So there's producers and stuff that are pushing you in a direction, but they have the money. So you're kind of like, you're like, well, we're sacrificing some of this, but we're getting funding to do what we want to look into. But at the same time, portals, right? We got to say portals every third word now. So maybe it's a little bit of that. And then they get pissy when people are like, this is all bullshit. Because they're like, it's not bullshit. We're doing real science out here. We're shooting real rockets into the sky. And people get mad like that. But to be honest, we're about to see a whole new breed. Like the ancient alien wave and all these people, that wave's crashing ashore. And me and Dan are on the front. Have you talked to or know anything about the UFO cowboys? Your face tells me no.
Yeah. I've seen a film.
Dude, no. There's 2 seasons of a show on Roku called UFO Cowboys. Mm-hmm. And it's UFO researchers that are cowboys that ride horses.
And it's produced by the same team that did Mountain Monsters. Which I am not so secret fan of Mountain Monsters.
I thought the show, you would think, like, a lot of people's gripe with a lot of these TV shows, Oak Island, Ancient Aliens, Skinwalker Ranch, there's always a cliffhanger and people are like, they never find anything. This show's the opposite. Oh, yeah. They find 9 things an episode. It's insane. Episode. You're like, they're making groundbreaking discoveries every episode that you're like, this is insane. This cannot be real. And then they'll drop nuggets in, like they'll have a chief of police come on and come talk to the UFO. Like, whoa, you boys can't be out here with those firearms, like being all willy nilly in this fucking cornfield. And you're like,
you can't be doing donuts in the cornfields there, pickup trucks.
Oh, and he's got the pants hitch.
Yes, right.
Yeah. And he's touching the gun, but not in an unfriendly way.
Well,
they got their hands up.
The chief of police honestly talks to them like, I know you guys are the UFO cowboys, and we thank you for your service. Like, there's a lot of respect towards them.
He got prepped.
So then, in my head, I'm like, yeah, I got him. That's not the chief of police. Look up the city. That's the real chief of police. And I'm like, yeah, what is real anymore? I don't know. Are they making these discoveries? It's the greatest show ever made with UFOs. And I would invite you to, because in a couple of years, AlienCon, remember the big Ancient Aliens panel?
Sure.
It's going to be 4 guys up there on horse at the panel, like sitting there,
amazing.
taking questions.
Right? I'm on board, and thank you in advance for giving me your Roku password.
That's one of their free shows. Like, you don't even need a password; just watch it. It's just like, at least, I think Braden had to like.
I had a pirate. A free show because it's not available in Canada.
Yeah,
they don't want us. They don't want us knowing the truth up here.
Yeah, don't want to know about the cowboy.
Man, I had to go outside of the U.S. before I could see Letterkenny legally. So
that's right. Yeah.
It was a different time. Yeah, that's interesting because it's funny you mentioned that recently, and I don't know how well you guys study the sky. Here I am based in the fair metropolis of Atlanta, Georgia, and quite recently there was a meteorite in the area, and one of our good friends that will keep anonymous has kind of a double life. He runs a chicken wing joint, and when he's not at that chicken wing joint, he is chasing ancient petroglyphs and meteorites. Yeah. I don't know why. Like, he's a former.
How come he doesn't have a show?
I have a lot of questions. Like, I have a question here. How many flavors of chicken wings? Is it like different flavors of chicken wings?
Oh my gosh! Well, oh boy.
He just gets a call.
Is it straight up buffalo flavored?
He gets a call. There's been a strike.
Yes, he did, and he dumped everything. And he's got people. It's a pretty cool spot. And this guy was updating me live. Do you guys want to hear some of the text messages?
Yeah,
of course.
100%.
Okay, great, because we're semi-live. So if you guys said, fuck it, no, that'd be fine. I'd roll with it.
And then we just sit in silence. We're good.
We don't want to hear any text for some chicken wing slinger.
Chicken wing slinger. Actually, let me go to a different platform because that's our conversation about Qatari airspace.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, which he's also weirdly into. All right, so
man, a lot of interest, eh?
Yeah. Well, you can't cook chicken wings all day.
So much.
So he said he found the first 2 recovered stones from the bright light.
Hold on. Sorry. Say that one more time, that line.
I found the first 2 recovered stones.
The stone, is this guy collecting? It's like the Fifth Element here.
Is your guy Thanos? Does he run a chicken? Is Thanos running a chicken wing? Is he running a chicken wing stand now?
I didn't realize you were reading texts about like the savior of our fucking universe here, gathering the stones.
Well, he talks a little bit about it, and he says that he's part of a loose quote, network of collectors and hunters rapidly narrowing down the AMS fall data and scouring radar info.
Okay.
And he got to the full site 90 minutes after the initial reports.
That's quick.
So, I mean, it's spooky, right? But it happened in the back of the woods, right, for this guy, in his neck of the woods. So with that kind of thing in mind, that amazing thing, what we see immediately is that it is possible to discern what happens in the sky, right? And what falls to earth. And if we have fucking professional aviators, we have pilots, we have people who can recognize a plane at a distance, and we have a bunch of those folks say they saw something they cannot explain, and then we have a bunch of other people asking those folks questions, and then those people are beefing with each other, then what's the fucking point, man? Just do the mission. I don't understand why they're fighting. I'm sorry I keep going back to that. That's just new information to me. And
I mean, we're confused. Like, we were confused about like the whole. I think Travis Taylor was the first time I'd really seen
that
it
was
get,
the
like,
start.
boil
I would
over.
say that was the start of like the riff was Travis Taylor releasing all these emails, like this email chain of him just telling off people, and you're like, whoa.
Well, that's just like internal drama in an organization.
Yeah,
because they were. I think they were. Were they specifically? No, I mean they were calling out Travis Taylor about his work on like Skinwalker Ranch, like the TV show, I think, and like you're calling him like a plant or like like you're damaging, like you said, like you're hurting the community. He's like, what are you talking about? Like, you guys are the ones who, it's kind of back and forth.
Yeah, if only he said, what are you talking about? He was like, fuck you.
Yeah. That is so many.
It was unbelievable.
It was some colorful. Yeah, it was some colorful stuff.
He basically said like, I'm gonna whoop your ass next time I see you. Oh my God. It was like on that level. You're just like, ooh.
I don't know if we're on video for this, but everybody, I was drinking some coffee. It's 11:12 p.m. local time, and I almost spat it up when you said immediately, fuck you. Those are strong words. What's
dude? And the guy who the best part was he released the email chain. And he was so mad. He released the email chain, and he didn't black out his personal email.
Yeah.
So and I had to check it because he's been on the show, so we've emailed back and forth. And I was like, there's no way he just did that. And I looked in our history. I was like, oh, buddy. I was like, oh, dude. Yeah, you're killing yourself here. It's like, this is brutal. Geez.
That's what we would call a non-ideal situation, unless it's a manufactured dissent, or like a thing to produce more attention.
It didn't read that way. It didn't read like, "Ooh, this makes me more interested." It read like, "Ooh, no, why would you release?" You're like, "Why would you release this?"
It's like makes you all sound really petty. Like, it's like,
what that was kind of the start. Fighting about.
I think someone calling Travis Taylor a hack because he's doing
because he's on Skinwalker Ranch. Like it was some of that stuff about him being on Skinwalker Ranch, and to me like the Skinwalker Ranch stuff. I was like, you're paying Travis Taylor to be out there and shoot rockets up in the air, and like he's obviously having a good time. Like I could really be like, is it real research? I'm like,
yes,
Okay. Brain says yes.
Buddy, you're about to get a mean-worded email if you say anything else.
But he's out there doing something, or at least it's funding, either, projects or whatever he's doing it for. And it's bringing attention to topics and subjects that are within, the disclosure, that whole sphere.
Right.
But they were calling him out, they were calling him a hack and being like, what you're doing out there isn't real research or stuff like that. And he just like went off, like maybe they caught him on a bad day. I don't know. But like he went off on him like real hard.
Or maybe he's defensive. Yeah.
I was like, wow. I was like, we've had Travis Taylor on the show. He's a lovely guy. Like, he's fantastic.
Awesome. And, dude, super chill. He's great. And then I read those emails. I was like, ooh, good thing we didn't say something he didn't like.
Boy, geez.
He'd give us some of that Southern justice.
Well, you guys are in deep water and rarefied air at this point. So you'll have to be careful. But it sounds like, just so I can get a sense of it, it sounds as though there's one side of division where people are saying, oh, you're being performative, right? And in being performative, you are somehow commodifying or diminishing the search for very serious questions or very serious answers to very serious questions. On the other side, we've got the people saying, any bit of visibility into the zeitgeist is a net positive. Do I understand that correctly?
Yeah. I think that's mainly that was trying to come across. Yeah.
And it's a weird thing because it's just so. I've never, in the 10 years we've been doing this show, I've never seen it so like the water so boiling. Because like even our show, like we've had people being like, you're hurting the cause. This is conspiratainment. And I was like, okay. I was like, we've never labeled ourselves as anything.
I like it. It's a smart portmanteau.
Right? I was like, all right, sure. But it's like, there's never been this time where it's just like, everyone's mad and everyone's mad at each other. And it's all the big names. And you're like, guys, what's going on here? I was like, if they had Alien Con right now, I think we'd all have to be in different groups.
Well, no, you guys are going to hang out with me.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like we'll kick it.
We'll have the fun room.
If we see that Brent hand, though, if we see Brent hands,
we're going to throw hands.
Yeah, we throw
hands. Oh, that guy. Oh, the worst one. Step aside. Adolf Hitler. There's a new footnote in town. That son of a bitch. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. And this is strange because, brief backstory, recently did an episode on a freely available book for anybody on the internet right now who likes to read. It's a very short book. It's by the Office of Strategic Services, which is the predecessor of the CIA. And the book is The Field Guide to Simple Sabotage. The best part of the thing is, first off, it's meant primarily for people who are middle management or factory workers in Soviet-occupied Europe, just to be quite honest. It goes out to Asia a little bit, but they didn't quite have their linguistic chops up. So the best part of this thing, the Simple Sabotage Manual, is the last part, which is entirely about what they call interpersonal sabotage. It is the movie Office Space before the movie Office Space was a movie. It is the energy vampire from What We Do in the Shadows before that was a thing. It's like always complain, always demand that there be an official meeting with 5 or more people, always tell, always tell the person who's raising a good point that there needs to be further study, and always make sure to act like they personally resent you or you personally and it was like cry at every opportunity.
Is this what they teach people in project manager school now? Like that just sounds like a project like the PM manual to be just like.
And so I'm wondering, in that regard, we must ask ourselves, therefore, whether this dissent within the UFO. Beep. Can I do that?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Yeah, you guys are going to keep it in.
Yeah. I'll make sure to clean that up.
The UFO sphere.
All right. I hold such great affection for you guys. But we must therefore ask in the ufology community whether there is a similar practice at play, right? Manufactured dissent, just like Edward Bernays and manufactured consent. These two things can occur in the same space. And, if I didn't want, just personally, folks, if Braden and Dan and Andrew and Zell and I did not want people to find out what was going on in the sky, what we would do is make little characters, little wrestlers and G.I. Joes, and they would each have a specific narrow scope of focus, and then we would have them fight each other on stage, right? And we'd do little episodes with it, and maybe we'd make a show. Anyway, can you guys send me the log line for season 4?
That's a good. It's an interesting point. If there's further manipulation being done on all these parties from an outside source, causing these rifts.
I mean, that's the accusation, right? These different people are calling each other insincere, and you guys spoke with some of these folks. I have as well. Now we're not even talking about the actual shit that we're supposed to be exploring. We're talking about the politics thereof, right? So that is itself quite an effective deflection, you know? And I think we're all agreed that outside of like David Icke and Alex Jones, people are hopefully doing their best.
Hey, Alex Jones, he's trying now. Hey,
he lost some weight.
He's on that Ozempic.
I love to.
Can I tell you my Alex Jones theory?
Please.
Can I tell you my theory?
Yeah.
So I think that sale with the Onion went through. I don't think it fell apart at all. Yeah. And I think they just said, keep doing what you do.
That's good.
Like they're like, and it's like, this is because they're like, it's pure satire now. Where they're like,
we couldn't come up with better.
We couldn't write better satire than what you're doing. So just keep doing it.
Just let those ponies run. Right?
Yeah.
Because I swear when he had Greer on there that one time, I mean, he was really put as like, you know, basically almost on the thing that like Knapp and Corbell are like working for reptilian overlords. Like that was like he was kind of getting to that point. It's just like, all right, well, I think Greer was kind of Greer was, you know, being professional and courteous about it, being kind of like, you know, well, yeah, this could be possible, but you know, trying to temper it a little bit. But Alex Jones like, no. Like you think they're just like they're out there putting out false information, working for an overarching goal of either non-disclosure or like they're bad actors. And you know, Greer's like, well, absolutely, it's possible. We've had it in the past, and you know, and
yeah, it's like speaking of bad actors. I saw you in Waking Life. You know what I mean? He used to keep Austin weird. Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's the thing. It's sort of like the what's that rhetorical fallacy? No true Scotsman. You know, when someone says, "Oh, I would say this," and then someone else says, "Well, do you believe in UFOs?" Because no one who really believes in UFOs would say what you said. And then you're like, well, do you really, really believe in UFOs? Because no one who really, really believes in UFOs
would question me.
Yeah, right. So it's like kids playing tag, honestly. You know, and the problem with that is we see right now, we see stuff that would have amazed the average human being 20 years ago, easily. Micro drones, things that, you know, fuck the birds are real meme. I get it. It's like at this point, it's a thing. It's a thing a dumb sort of beige person says on a first date. To be like, cool, I'm in finance, but also I know the internet. So the current drone technology, we understand, not U.S. manufactured, can completely mimic. They'll say a mosquito, but it's more like dragonfly size.
Right. I think the Chinese ones. I recently saw those.
Yeah, pretty.
I also saw one that was. I just saw one. It was like university students. They just designed one that is submersible. It can go from water to air. Like it can go underwater, and then it was pretty cool. It was a relatively small, like compact little guy, and it's like they showed, you know, proof of whatever, but it went into the pool and then went a few feet under, and then came back up straight up in the air.
Good, like, it came back up because I was like, I could take a drone and make it transmedium. I go from air to water.
All drones are submersible. You know,
no problem. I was like, it's the coming back is the problem.
Yeah, it's coming back up is the problem.
So to that question, why is there this internal division? Right, there is amazing shit happening. There is also inexplicable shit happening, and I'm cursing freely. Thank you for the time. But why are these people fighting then? The logical conclusion would be, as you were saying earlier, Braden, that maybe there is a finite pie and people are all searching for slices. Maybe one of the other alternatives would be that these people are, for some reason, an operation. And I don't like thinking about that. I don't like thinking that way.
I always give them the benefit of the doubt. Because personally, I'm like, yeah, it's like I don't know, like the
I just
whole,
feel like they'd be better organized if they're an operation. Like I don't think we'd have Lou Elizondo releasing that fucking UFO picture to Congress that he didn't vet, and stuff like that. Like I think if they were a group, they would maybe there'd be a little more discussion about not to embarrass the whole community.
Where are you guys at with it, by the way?
Which one? The
UAP in general.
Let's see. Somewhere between, what is it? I guess those aliens were cake, and and the sphere that was the
Boogospheres.
The Boogospheres.
Yeah, they were just that were almost robbed by fake Mexican policemen.
Which is right.
And
we said it. I think we said it a couple episodes ago. We're like, "Whoa,
is Greer attached to the Booga? Is Greer attached to the Boogosphere?
Yes.
Did you say? Yeah, Greer.
Yes. You were talking about it on the previous episode.
Yeah, and we said it's like dental vacations,
where I big timed you. Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's like you got Greer in there. I think Jaime Mousen's on the Boogospheres too, which is like Mousen is like has got like, in my eyes, got like not a lot.
Well,
not a lot of credibility.
It's hard for a layman like me who loves this stuff when they're like, look at these all they have to say is Boogosphere caught. Found the sphere fell.
See our group chat
found.
Is like,
and I go like,
this is it.
Look at this, guys.
This is the one. Every time.
Anytime I'm like, it's here now. And then they're like, they're talking about like, it's filled with microprocessors and it's
science
producing science stuff's going on in there.
Within a sphere.
And then they show you a picture of it, and you zoom in the picture, and you're like, the lines don't even line up on this fucking thing. You're like, what? You're like, I would have done a better job chiseling these lines. Like, what's going on here? Like, this is the person. Like, did they meaningly like not make it look good? Because like I feel like we have technology on Earth that could have made another better job laser etching this thing more precise. Like it's like the dots aren't all aligned, and I'm like, I just feel, and maybe that's just my human brain that it's like I need these nice patterns, and that's just the Earth aesthetic, and maybe that's not, maybe
we're putting too much faith in the advanced alien cultures. Like,
they're just like we don't care about that shit. We don't care about lining up all the dots and making sure they're the same size,
right? You know what I mean?
Like maybe to them it does look symmetrical because their bodies are like they've got two arms on one side and then one arm on one side.
Maybe our shit is weird. Maybe they're like, what's with these guys in 90-degree angles?
They're like, this whole planet's autistic. They're just lining everything up. It's insane. Everything's just precision. You should go there. Everything is just dialed in. You've never seen anything like it. Zero creativity, zero freedom. Just follow the next line perfectly. They're like, it's insane.
Oh, that's kind of cool, actually, and would explain a lot of stuff. That's fascinating because, especially the autism comparison. Welcome to everybody with a fellow superpower, on the spectrum.
It's a spectrum. We're all on it.
Yeah. I think it's more, for most humans, it's probably more a situational thing. You know what I mean? And maybe for the any extraterrestrial entity, which must logically exist, statistically speaking, maybe they have those wild ass moments as well. You know what I mean? There is, given what we know about the concept of the universe, there is right now a non-zero chance that there's a crazy asshole in their version of a university or in their version of, a top secret, whatever passes for a state agency, and they're going, with their tentacles going wild on a chalkboard or whatever. and they're like, there's someone out there right now. There's another thing like us. They do a thing called WWE, and we got to catch it.
We must go to this Summer Slam.
right. And then, the students or the generals or whatever, they're all like, boo, you're dumb. Look at this guy. He's only got his 8 tentacles together or whatever, Also, an octopus would have 8 arms, not tentacles. So just to be clear, this is an alien species. And then all of a sudden they're let me do this. I don't know if we're on audio. These guys show up, right, with the sunglasses, and they're at the back of the room or the lecture hall. I'm wearing sunglasses. Yeah. And they're like, oh, you got some pretty good ideas, Dr. Schnob the Bob or whatever.
Here come the squids in black.
Yeah. I like it. So maybe that's a cool thing to think about. But then to your earlier example, we have we might have a bunch of space squid going, we have proof of a thing that all of us call Voyager, right? Mm-hmm. And now they're internally fighting about it. And one of them's like, if you go out with me into this part of the ocean and stare at the sky, you'll get messages from Voyager. And then other people are saying, nah, that's bullshit. We have clear documentation of the government talking about this thing that we don't know is called Voyager, that we don't know is from humans. It's just some weird shit in the sky. I've gone too far.
We'll just wait until Voyager comes back and starts assimilating everything.
I can't wait. I can't wait for Vigere, man. It's so cool.
But it's always fun. I'm always a big sci-fi nerd, so always these scenarios of being like, other aliens on other planets being like, considering that we out here or encountering us and being like Braden's like, that's a whole different way for me to think about it. It's like, aliens coming down here and being like, you guys are too ordered. You guys are too much in your box. And you're like, wait, what? It's like, there's a bunch of sci-fi novels out there where, you have.
Oh, dude, you know what? I've changed my mind. The Tartarians were real. Okay.
I'm in.
I just totally flipped all this modernization, all these box buildings. I was like, what happened? I was like, it's because someone else made those things. All the cool stuff was made by the Tartarians. I've just come full circle. I believe that wholeheartedly.
They built Union Station. It's been there for thousands of years. You
dig under the mud. You dig under the mud anywhere, you're going to find some Tartarian sculptures.
How old do you think that Apple store is?
You know what I mean? It's always been there.
Did you see it being built?
Go back to these you see these photos from 1816? It's there already. Look in the back. Cool. It was just buried. All of the malls were there already. They just dug them up. They didn't build them.
The Mall of America was Mall of Tartaria. That's
Right? I love how you're doubling up on it. Yeah, you're leaving it in. Hey, what's your Braden, as a Tartarian expert, what are you going to talk about on that late night show on History Channel?
Oh, on my show?
Yeah, on your show.
Oh, dude, it's going to be basically like it's me. I'm Guy Fieri, going and eating at all these restaurants, being like, this is Tartarian structure. And now let's eat.
Now we eat my Nashville hot chicken, best in the city.
and then I'm coming outside and eating it like, God damn, those wings are hot. Anyways, if you
that
look over here,
is amazing.
Right across from this wing place, 1010, by the way, is a Tartarian structure. Let me tell you, brothers, about the online cannabis company that's revolutionizing how we deal with life's challenges. From sleepless nights to stress-filled days, Mood.com has created an entire line of functional gummies that target specific health concerns with 100% federally legal THC blends, brother. And they've got gummies for literally everything: immunosupport, menopause relief, PMS symptoms, mental clarity, sexual arousal. No pesticides, brother. No BS. And they ship to most states in the U.S. Best of all, not only does Mood stand behind everything with an industry-leading 100-day satisfaction guarantee, but as mentioned, listeners get 20% off their first order with code ALIEN. So head to Mood.com, browse their amazing selection of functional gummies, and find the perfect gummy for whatever you're dealing with. And remember, brothers and sisters, use that promo code ALIEN at checkout and save 20% on your first order. Take a peek, guys.
Wow.
That's gonna be my show.
Love it.
I'll probably throw in some portals too, just to
Yeah, you gotta
for the callback. Yeah.
That's what
right.
That's what Ancient Aliens is missing. That's why they're falling off. It's because they don't have enough wing reviews.
Are you
wing
guys
places
talking about
reviews.
that George Tsoukalos dude?
Which one? George Tsoukalos, but
He's we talked about before. We're like, we need more characters. We need more characters in the UFO field. Because like when UFO was really bumping, I was like, Giorgio, he took us to a new level, right? Yeah. We rode the curtails of that gorgeous little bodybuilder with his crazy hair. He brought us mainstream. All right. Now we need someone else to take the torch.
Braden, I think it might have to be.
Yeah, I need the hair. I got to go to I got to go to Gobekli Tepe and
whoa,
sort something else.
Whoa, buddy, that was an audio Rorschach test, and you did choose wisely. I said I think it might have to be, and I paused. He said you. All right, do it. Here's my.
All right, fine.
Here's my.
Fine. All right.
Here's my recommendation. This is what we do. I've done this in airports across the. So what we do is you always have an eye patch. Yep. I would go.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah. I would wear it over the left because of the implication, like the old gods who sacrificed their eye for knowledge, and just never address it.
Yeah.
And any interview, like never talk about what happened.
Yeah.
If someone asks you about it, be offended. You know, like always.
I like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if they are asking you or insisting, then that is a violation of a social compact. So maybe an eye patch is the thing. It worked for me in a couple of airports throughout.
And you know what I might do too? I might captain.
Are you Odin, sir?
I might Captain Ron it a little bit just to get the social media to be like, it's on his right eye, and then I'll be like, Photoshop flipped it. Someone flipped it, right? Just so I can stir up the pot too, right?
And then you can have that moment where you say in an exclusive tell-all interview how sensitive this is.
I wore it because Ben Bowlin told me to. I never wanted to. I never wanted to lie.
That's fine.
It'll be my Liver King Roman, my untold.
Yeah, what's up with that Liver King guy?
Oh, dude, I think he
got arrested, right? He got arrested for threatening Joe Rogan. But I mean, he was already on the outs because he said he was on a bunch of gear. Like he's on. Dude,
I watched the Untold documentary about him.
Oh,
and I was like, it sounded like this guy was at one point just a normal guy who did tons of steroids.
He was juicing.
Just always juicing from day one. $12,000 a month in steroids. Insane.
Was that before or after he got famous? The 12,000. I mean, he was probably on gear before.
He was on gear before, but like an insane, like we're talking like putting WWF wrestlers to shame from the 90s.
Like when they disclosed, like when people found out like how much he actually spent on steroids, like while he was influencing as the liver king.
Yeah, dude, it was so bad. Scott Steiner, the genetic freak himself, was like, "God damn, that's an insane amount of steroids to use."
Are they? Is this person okay?
Liver King?
I mean,
no, he's something's off now. He's got famous. It's gone to his head, and then that's all collapsed on top of him. Because of the lying about the steroid use, because he was selling everyone liver. He was like, oh, "You just eat raw liver and raw testicles,
raw meat,
and you will get a gigantic steroid tummy like mine. If all you have to do is be an ancestor, live ancestrally,
the carnivore diet,
and which is insane like because anyone who'd ever seen any of his stuff was like." There's no way. There's no way. That doesn't make any sense. You're just eating some raw meat, and all of a sudden your body turns into this like insane physique that you
juiced
don't
up, like
you look like Ultimate Warrior. Like that's who he looked like, right? It's insane. And so he huge fall off. And I think he's mad because Joe Rogan would never have him on, and Joe Rogan very early on was calling him out and being like, "There's no way he's on steroids." And then that happened. So now he's currently still in Austin, going to the Capitol building every day at like 7 p.m. for like meet me at the flagpoles and we'll fight for honor. But he's not allowed to say Joe anymore. So he's like, if your name's like Mo or anything like that, you know who you are. And I'll be there again
Mo
today.
Joking.
Yeah, and he's like, and he's got an ankle monitor and he's like, I'll be there every day. And he's like, you and your family will fight and then we'll break bread, our families, like the ancestral way. And I'm like,
that's wild.
Okay.
I'm like,
so he's
don't
like,
go, Joe. Don't go.
So you're saying he's very well adjusted as a person?
Yeah, dude. He posted a video. Like,
is he not in jail? He got arrested though.
He got released in Austin, and he's wearing he has an ankle monitor.
Oh, good. Okay.
And he's wearing it. He's like
tradition.
He's still and he's still just going off daily. About Joe Rogan and like meeting him at the flagpoles. So
he is still okay.
Like till I saw a post yesterday. Yeah. I saw a post yesterday and I was like, nice. I was like, I hope this guy gets his redemption arc.
So yeah, Braden. Again, I think what Dan and I are saying here is that you gotta you gotta rock up with the eye patch.
Yeah,
and then midway through the fight, you say, "Guess what, motherfucker." And then tear off the eye patch.
No. I think what I need to be like
now is like I've been handicapping myself. Now I'm going to use my good eye.
Yeah.
And then flip it.
Oh yes. There's something you should know. I'm not left-eyed.
Yeah. And you're like, how is this helping you? And my
real fight begins.
I'm like,
now.
It's hold on. Let me adjust. It's so bright out.
That is the trick pirates used to use. That's why people used eye patches. Yeah. All right. Well, look, I think it is an unethical Life Pro tip to fake wearing an eye patch. And Braden, you're correct. It would be insincere if you kind of did some Liver King bullshit on that, right? The same way that it's insincere and ethically fraught to pretend that we are cult leaders or whatever and know what's going on in this guy. Oh, sorry guys. Hey, it's me, your buddy David Koresh. It was a goof.
We have been consistent on the messaging that we are starting the ATT cult at some point in the near future. We have not been secret about that.
Do you guys have like precepts, literature?
Yeah. We're finalizing.
We're taking the Scientology model. The Scientology model. So it's like the more you pay, the more knowledge you'll get. Mm-hmm. Right? And right now there's not enough people paying. So
you guys said you take Ben bucks, so I'm in.
Yeah,
it's EAS.
Only from
it's esotericism as a service. So
amazing.
Before we let you go, I like to tell everyone this. You might find this interesting. in all your travels, have you ever been anywhere like a community or anything where as you drive into the community, there's a sign that just says a nuclear free zone?
Yes.
Nuclear weapon free zone.
No.
Really? Like that, the 100%, that's a precursor. There's weapons there, right? Like why else are you
nuclear free, not
nuclear weapon free zone?
I have not seen that one. I have seen nuclear free.
In Nanaimo, port city on Vancouver Island, as you pull in, and it's not a big sign, but as you pull in, there's a sign like as big as a school crosswalk sign that's just front and center, and it just says a nuclear weapon free zone. And I go, what does that mean?
That's a strange thing to say.
And I've looked it up, and I'm like, this is very interesting because I'm like, now am I supposed to believe now that any community I go to could be housing nuclear weapons?
Yeah.
They don't have a sign.
I was like, if they don't have that sign, and it's just one. It's a one single sign. I don't know. There is no. I've looked it up. They've been like at one point in like 2016, they tried to ban the sign, and they briefly took it down, and then very quickly they put it back up because people were upset. And then I was like, who's upset? Why? What does this sign matter? Like, do you have nukes? There's no nukes there. Then why? No other community in Canada has nukes. I don't think we have any nukes.
So this is not a common sign in Canada?
No, I've never seen it. I've never seen it anywhere other than Nanaimo.
Other than this place. Could you spell Nanaimo for me?
Nanaimo.
Do you want me to look into this?
Yeah, I want you to tell me why. That I want to know, does my community that I live in have nuclear weapons? Because they don't have a sign that says that it's a free zone. It's like honestly, it's one of those weird things where it's like a you know when you go to a school and it's like drug-free zone.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Right? Mind reader. It was like lead-free gas.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Right. And guess what's getting done at the school grounds? Drugs. Almost 100% of the time.
Every time I drive by, I'm like, where's the cool high school? You know what I mean? Where are we to buy our ketamine if not at the middle school up the road? You know, why are all these schools drug free? Where's my lead and my gasoline? You know what I mean? Where's that crate of diesel or propane that I can smoke cigarettes around? You know what I mean? Like, where's that shit? That's so weird, though, that there's only one sign.
There's only one sign, and I know what I know because I've done some digging on it. So I just pulled up my little note to myself. I typed it in. It's been up there since 1987 when Nanaimo declared in its bylaw that it's a nuclear weapons free zone. Bylaw 3199 to be specific.
Okay.
The manufacture, transportation, storage of nuclear weapons. And I'm like, there's no facilities. There's no facilities to fucking do that. So why do you have to make a sign? And why? It's on the ocean. Why? No one's driving it in on the shitty road. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
like you think there'd be for what reason?
Well,
why?
Let's consider the local sign making community. You know what I mean? They gotta make signs. They gotta maintain their signs, right? We also need to find out who voted for this and this is getting crazy. Okay, let's spend some time on it. Let's see it. So what folks, what Braden is reporting as far as the reinstitution of that, I'm seeing the Nanaimo News Bulletin from 2013. That's when they reinstalled the new. This is just.
I thought it was 2016, but.
Oh well, they must have reinstalled it several times.
I just know there was some uproar that it got taken down, and people were like, "Put it back! Put it back!" Like, it's such a small sign.
They won't know that we're a nuclear weapons-free zone if we don't put the sign back.
And it's like if you stay on the highway,
by nuclear weapons if we don't put the sign up.
People will be bringing them in on their backpacks, on their
people
ferries.
Will be keeping them in their basements. They'll be putting them in their pools
and their fake eye patches and shit. You know, a dirty bomb. All right, the tourism site, the public site for Nanaimo. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yep.
All right. It has the following. Welcome to Nanaimo, attracting pathfinders, creators, and independent thinkers, drawn to places with character and edge. So maybe it's like their Austin thing.
And then they're like asterisks, not interested in anyone or any entity carrying nuclear weapons. We will not have any of that here in this community.
We have a sign.
And that's a locally made sign, by the way.
Yes.
So this is
Yes,
not
it's
big
not-
government, you guys.
No, it's not a
Wait,
it's a city
Is
by
it a wood
it's a,
sign or no? It's a metal
no,
sign.
it's just
like
this
a
little.
metal-
It's just a
sheet
little metal sign.
Yeah, okay.
Like no bigger than like your yield sign, just
Yeah,
square.
yeah.
Like as you pull in to like off the highway onto
Yeah.
the main drag into town, it's just like as a like reminder, nuclear weapon free zone. You're like, thanks, I guess.
Okay, cool.
Let's
Instead
write
of
to them.
This
This is amazing.
And I was
Because
just and like like Vancouver Island, Victoria, Nanaimo, Comox, Air Force bases all the way. So it's not uncommon for nuclear subs to be in our water. So I'm like, are they saying you can't pull into port there?
Well,
But there's no
there's
port,
no
though.
submarine base. Like,
Yeah,
you
like,
need a
yes.
special submarine facility for that kind of. Well, you can put your dock, I
Well,
suppose.
it's the difference between passing through town and spending the night, honestly.
Yeah.
Are they trying to ship nukes to the port, like something?
I don't know.
I guess not.
I don't know.
No, there's plenty of other ports. Like you got a whole coast.
Oh yeah,
that
dude.
fucking-
There's-
So at that
and this
point,
is on the inlet, so it doesn't even make. It's not even like
Yeah.
facing
it
the.
doesn't have the draw for it. Okay,
Yeah.
so at that point, it's like, is it similar to, our older relatives going on Facebook and saying or reposting, Facebook, you do not have my permission.
I fucking love that. Every time I see that, I'm like, perfect, unfriend. anyone who posts that, I go, perfect, thank you.
Yeah.
I was wondering, I had questions about you, then you posted that, and you've answered them all for me. Perfect, thank you. See you later.
I love the chutzpah of it. But also, Braden, this is such a excellent question here because it gives us an opportunity to reach out directly to the good folks at the tourism board. And if I may be presumptuous, I'd like to tag you guys on that and we can write to them together and
Yeah,
ask.
sure.
Well, not,
It sounds fun. It sounds fun.
I assume they'll have a good. Well, yeah, I want to hear an answer. Actually, yeah, that would be. This is the most direct way to like. Yeah, we might as well just ask them.
I like a primary source. I like a primary source. You know what I
Of
mean?
course. Yeah.
So we can write to them, and what will we write? What should we say? We explored this on this show, and
Yeah, we're curious because no other community in Canada has this sign or this rule. So why? We're interested. We think you might have nukes.
where did it come from? Right?
Oh, yeah, you know what? That's a better question. We shouldn't just start with accusations of
No,
weapons of mass
always-
destruction.
come in hot. We need to come in hot. Just like
Oh, you know what? Then
you're hiding the nukes. Where are you hiding the nukes?
how weird do you want to get with it? Because we could just send them the email that says respectfully, comma, we know. And then
We know about the nukes. Your sign ain't fooling no one.
I think it reminded me of one of the one of the scary messages that are true are always quite brief. You know what I mean? The scary messages are always like 5 minutes, click. Or
7
you know,
days. 7 days.
oh yeah, like the ring, stuff like that. But these seem like nice people. You've been there, Braden? Have you been?
Yeah,
to the
dude,
place?
it's not to shit on Nanaimo, it's a dump.
Okay.
Absolute dump, man. Oh my god.
Can we start the email like that? Like, dear, you're Nanaimo dump of a town.
With that audio clip.
Most of the people in Nanaimo would agree. They call it. There's a like notoriously bad community called Surrey in British Columbia, and people call Nanaimo Surrey by the Sea because it's so bad.
Wow.
Can we include some screenshots of like Google Maps with like bad red circles and be like, we know where the nukes are, just random red circles around the town and be like, this one right here.
Well, it's
like
funny
someone's
'cause
backyard pool.
To
just like,
add a little interest to the mystery. I took a call on Cosmic Channels one time from a guy who worked Vancouver Island, and he said, man, I don't know what we were doing by Nanaimo. I have no idea what we were. I wasn't allowed. I was just a truck driver, and they would have me drive into this mine by the ocean, pick up truckfuls of
nukes,
of dirt, of gravel and dirt, and just ship it out. And he's like, we were running constantly 24/7 forever. There was like security we had to go through and military we had to go through. And I have no idea what they were digging, but dude, there were so many trucks pulling out gravel out of there. And I was like, those motherfuckers got nukes. They're hiding them there. That's where we're hiding them.
What if it's like nuclear? They say nuclear weapons, but it's actually just like toxic waste. It's like, well, it's like we said nuclear weapons, but it's nuclear waste here. You guys are saying nuclear. We said we didn't have nuclear weapons, but
I could see. I mean, I could see.
It's different.
I could see like with like NORAD and stuff. Like we have joint operation bases with the United States to launch quicker things in different areas. Like I could definitely see that. We would probably have those kind of joint operations. There's another one, Ben. Before we let you go, Brenda Mines. I never told you this. There's a in the Okanagan. There's a place called Brenda Mines, and it's like an old mine shaft. And there's like a little lake up there, and there's a fence that you can go to, and it's just chain link fence with security cameras and barbed wire on top. And this is a true story. Happened to me, firsthand account. I used to work road crew, and so we used to park in the pullout. And there's always rumors that there's like military at this abandoned mine site, and it's not actually mine, it's front. So one time we're at the road crew, we're parked across this gate, and it just looks like a derelict gate with just two cameras, kind of like Area 51, like nothing really. You're like, oh yeah, it's a gate, nothing fancy. It says keep out.
No signs, just no trespassing.
Yeah, nothing that was
weapons,
like, yeah, nothing.
Nuclear
and we parked there. And we're sitting having sandwiches on the side of the road, and all of a sudden you hear like the gate like open, and we kind of look around, and like an SUV pulls up, and two guys in suits come out, and they go, "What are you guys doing?" And we're like, "Just having lunch." They're like, "Go have lunch somewhere else. Don't block the gate here." And we're like, "Okay." And we're like, "That was weird." We're like, "Why the fuck is there security at this fucking weird ass mine site?"
Were they armed visibly?
No, I don't know. No, just suits. Just suits. And I was like, why? I was like, yeah, that's where we're like, why the fuck? What the hell's going on?
They weren't wearing like just like tag gear, no, like the regular like
security guard. Nothing. They're just two guys in like. Honestly, I wouldn't even have said they were security. It was just weird.
When you say suits, do you mean like tuxedos?
No, just like black suits, like two black suits.
Oh,
like nothing.
A little fancy.
Nothing. I would say casual. Like they weren't like super fitted or anything. Like they were loose. Like it wasn't.
Sure.
It was just a weird thing.
No?
They weren't like jacked guys. Oh. Yeah, ties.
Oh, they had ties.
And it was like, you were just like, oh, okay. And then we're like, what the fuck? And then because I thought maybe we were blocking the gate and they were mad at us because they were leaving. They just turned around and went back up. And we were like, what? What is that about? So that's been a theory of ours that it's a NORAD facility actually hidden up in the mountains.
Well, there's something BC. Because those guys are not dressed for hard work in the mine.
Well, the mines shut down. It's been shut down for decades.
Yeah.
So it's an abandoned mine.
Yeah, but they didn't have any dust on their jackets, did they?
No.
Think about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Weird stuff going on. Listen, we got a lot of research to do. All right, these are answers.
I got a lot of letters to send in.
I love
a lot of
this.
strongly worded emails to send in Nanaimo.
And there's a
very politely phrased.
It's like, we got this weird manifesto. They fucking uncovered it all.
This one guy CC'd everyone, and they keep replying on the thread. That's amazing. Yeah. All right. So the best way, honestly, to be sincere about the eye patch grift is to voluntarily donate a cornea, which is technically not illegal in the United States, but I've had a very difficult time trying to pull it off. So let's find this old mine you were talking about, because it sounds like the guys doing security are a little schlubby. Where's it
I'm
again?
looking up.
Yeah.
It's called Brenda Mines. It's in the. It's probably like an 45 minutes north of between Merritt and Kelowna on your way to Vancouver.
Okay.
And it's operated by Glencore now. They say allegedly.
Glencore.
Braden's doing finger quotes.
Yeah, air quotes. Allegedly. Look at this. It says nuclear. No, I'm just kidding.
So Glencore produces, recycles, according to their website, and sources, markets, and distributes what they call transition
evil robots,
metals, and minerals.
Yeah.
That are essential to the shit. Oh, excuse me. It says essential to the shift to a low carbon economy and to meeting the needs of everyday life. Dude, what kind of sandwiches were you guys eating?
Probably like Save-On. I don't really remember, but we probably stopped at Save-On and grabbed like just regular grocery sandwiches.
Just quick sandwiches.
Quick sandwiches.
Okay.
That's basically what I did. That's basically what I lived off of when we worked there. I wasn't making my own lunches. I was like 22, 21.
So that,
but like even the website, look at the website.
Yeah.
It doesn't really do anything. You can't do anything. This is just this who we are, and that's it.
Oh, it's just a
world map.
Yeah.
Anglo-Swiss multinational commodity trading and mining company. Oh, their headquarters is in Switzerland.
Okay.
Interesting.
Their
mailing address is a suite in West Kelowna. You can't even.
Super legit.
Nobody there.
Super legit. Yeah. Well, they are on the London Stock Exchange. I don't know, man. I think we should go back.
We've talked about seeing if they'll give us a tour. Because you can email and be like, hey, can we get a tour of the facility?
Email.
Yeah.
We'd love to learn more.
Show us what you got.
I got I'm a big fan, as you guys just heard, of contacting primary sources. Now our rate of attrition on those is going to be pretty high in that, our likelihood of getting a response is maybe something like 6 out of 10 times our likelihood.
That's better than I thought.
Over time, right? Large sample size. Our likelihood of getting a form letter of a response of those 6 responses is probably going to be about 3 to 4. Our likelihood of getting a direct response, 1 to 3, worth the time.
I feel like if we show up in suits and eye patches, they'll let us right in.
Only one of us. Okay, that's the thing. It's like a fucking.
No, we all show up with eye patches over the same eyes. It's gonna be even weirder. And then just be like, if we just like, and then they'll let us right in. We're like, we'd like to take a tour.
And instead of touching the earpiece, you touch the. Everyone touches
the temple at the eye.
Everyone touches the temple at the eye patch.
Oh boy,
that's good. Yeah, I like it. We get in a lot of trouble together. This is a game.
I was originally against it because the rule has always been, and I've had serious conversations with grifters about this. The rule is always there are certain things that only one instance and a crew can do. Yeah. And we agreed on shit like, okay, one guy can have a cowboy hat. Maybe. One guy can have an eye patch. It can't be the same guy, right? And if there are 4 of us, then the other 2 have to find their own, thing.
Right, their own,
right?
yeah.
Like that guy has a walking stick. That's great.
Or an affectation. Or
affectation, exactly. Just so you nailed it. But now that I'm hearing this pitch for 3 suited guys walking up, with coordinating eye patches and checking the patches like an earpiece.
Yeah, Ray, so
like 1 second, I've got a call.
Yeah. like in unison, they talk, and every single one of us, like, as after they talk, and every time you're like, what?
We just pause. Okay, so first off,
I like it.
I'm in. This is going to be my favorite way to get arrested.
Dude, it's Canada, so you'll be out in 45 minutes. It's no problem.
In and out. You're like, all right, time's up.
Catch and release.
I don't know, man. I might do the bit. I might be like, get Dan and Braden up here. Guys, do you have the eye patches? Your Honor, just real quick, check this out. Like, yeah, I'll pay the fine and sure.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'll be in the back of the court wearing the eye patch.
No,
Still wearing
dude,
the eye patch.
Still doing the bit.
How do you plead? Dope, Your Honor. I plead dope as fuck.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a pleasure, man. We didn't get to a lot of stuff that we wanted to get to, I think.
We got to we missed Palestine, Israel, and a lot of the intricacies of the trade deal of the Trump and the divisive politics. But next time, right? Next time. Well.
Yeah, if you guys don't big time me. Huh? Hey, how's it going up north, man? I apologize for America. Sorry, Dan. Someone.
Oh, dude, it's I mean, it's weird because we get like a faction. Nothing's changed for us, honestly. We see the news and you're like, our country is still unbelievably expensive. Everything's unbelievably out of reach. Right. So it's like all this petty stuff going on between our countries is like Canadians are hurting. So it's like it's just such a distraction. It's like there's real problems right now for Canadians that it's just unbelievable. So like all this stuff, like Trey was like, who gives a shit? No one cares. We barely afford to fill your cars, barely afford to go get groceries. Everything is so expensive.
Who can rent a house?
Housing's out of reach. Rental, we don't have enough houses for the amount of people in Canada, so the rent prices are astronomical. We're allowing companies to subsidize bringing in foreign workers rather than hiring local workers, and there's no problem with that other than they pay the workers less than minimum wage. So they're incentivized to bring in foreign workers because they don't have to pay them as much than to hire people that live here, which is then, dude, I'm like, it's akin to trafficking, human trafficking. Like you're bringing people over to pay them a wage. They can't live here on the wage you're paying them. And then if they get upset, you're sponsoring them here. So you just send them home. Right? It's things are so messed up here that the relationship between Canada and US, I think, is the least of Canadians' problems right now. It's just like internally we have some big issues we got to look out and sort at. But as far as like the trade, like, dude, I was like, day to day, I was like, we hear the news and we're like, oh, the trade talks were off. Some tax isn't going through. We're like, okay, all right. It's like zero affecting day-to-day life other than, nothing really. It's weird. We have so many internal problems right now that it's just noise in the background, I think, for a lot of Canadians.
I hear you. And the United States hates to hear that it is not the main thing in every other country. You know, when Dan was in Thailand recently, Dan, I think you probably had the experience where you ran into people did you go? Bangkok, Chiang Mai, something like that?
I went to Bangkok and then like Koh Samet and some other places. But I have before where it's like ran into the stuff about, people having their opinions about whatever. And I'm just being like, I'm from America, but I'm like not.
Dude, I lie so quick. I got the eye patch on. I do the Canadian thing. That is a true story. I've done it more than once. Okay. I'm not going to say how many times, but abroad, I have been Canadian just to save time. I've been like, geez, 9/11. Oh, that was a pickle.
I'm always, for me, as like, I always say, I'm American, but I'm not like I didn't vote.
You're like,
for that guy.
I'm American, but I'm not like Orthodox American.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah. I was like, I'm from America, and it's like, but I didn't vote for that. It's that guy.
Jeez. Well,
Yeah, it's just an interesting time between the two countries, but like I think a lot of it's noise.
Yeah.
There's bigger problems going on in both our countries, and this is just noise and a distraction from other stuff, and it just feeds the news cycle. And realistically, these guys are all buddies and chums and have business acquaintances and stuff.
Sure.
They're gonna sort this stuff out. It doesn't matter. My 2 cents in it isn't going to Trump. I'm not going to tweet out tomorrow, be like, hey, Trump, take it easy on our boy there, bud. And he's not going to be like, oh, you know what? Let's knock off 0.5% for Canada on these tariffs.
Raiden made some great points.
Yeah.
I know a guy. I've talked to somebody.
Yeah.
He's a big name in Canada.
Loves Home Alone too. Yeah, that's a good point as well. I think the primary issue there, to that point that we can't lose as we're wrapping up here, the question is always going to be, in an age of ubiquitous information, what is the noise, right? What is the substance? What is meant to be bred in circuses and distractions and, ooh, yay, did something dumb, or it turns out people in Hollywood are gross, versus, scientific progress, versus, I hate to say it, the stuff they don't want you to know. I hate to build it like that. I hate to catchphrase it like that. I don't want to make a binary or a dichotomy of shit. But I think you raise an excellent point there with the idea of noise, and that's what we have to look out for.
It's. I mean, you only have to look for Canadians. Like, we have a prime minister now who didn't live in Canada for the last 10 years. Flew in, basically swooped in to save the day for the Liberal Party. Swoops in, moves all his business assets to the States days before tariffs get announced between the two countries. Moves his whole Canadian company to the States, everything, before all this gets announced. You're like, it's all, these people know the inner workings of what's happening, and the shock and awe is only for us in the news. Like, that's
tight.
It's right. So it's like,
that's your boy, right, Dan?
Yeah.
Which one?
The Canadian guy.
Carney.
Yeah.
How is he my guy?
I'm just blaming you for stuff.
Dan's a big Carney guy.
I'm a big Carney fan.
Yeah, so it's funny, but it's so funny because we have divisive politics now. This was the first Canadian elections where you saw some really, like, I hate to say state style divisive two-party like aggressiveness, but this is the first time you ever saw it. And it's like, you would think that people are right wing and left wing. I'm like, guys, we're all left. We're all on the left. We just sway a little bit. Anywhere else you look, we're left of just about everyone. Even our far right is pretty left for most countries. So, like, let's take a step back for a second, right? Like, it's going to be okay. We're going to be all right. Doesn't matter. But it's just wild up here. It's just, everyone's so mad. It's insane. You've never seen Canadians so upset.
I do have to say that Canada's a little bit better in terms of society than America, in terms of sustainability or in terms of people-to-people connections. The current United States is an experiment for sure, a work in progress, and gets a lot of things right. Like, you can buy any flavor of ice cream.
Oh, we talked about Mountain Dew. Every Mountain Dew known to man.
We have so many Mountain Dew flavors. We have so many Mountain Dew flavors.
You guys are putting all the Mountain Dew research is like in the States, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
dwarfs any other country.
It's our new Cold War for sure. Yeah. It's one of our products, one of our soft power diplomacy things. But
we have so many energy drinks. So many.
Do you guys want energy drinks?
I think because honestly,
I'll email the State Department for you.
Yeah. I will tell you. I'll tell you. It is a little bit of a gripe for Canadians because like our flavors of pops and stuff, we don't get all the cool flavors. We don't
get the cool flavors.
We don't get the cool flavors. We get some, and every now and then they'll be like, here's a sample of what everyone else has. And then you're like, what are we, North Korea here? Bring it in. I want vanilla Coke I
regularly send them photos of the new Mountain Dew flavors. I know they just see
we have Mountain Dew. We have Mountain Dew, Diet Dew, Dew Zero. That's it. 3 Dews.
You guys don't have a code red?
No.
Or live? Oh man.
Sometimes if you go to a specialty store, they can have it. They look around and they'll be like, you come to the back. Dude. And they'll fucking open the...
You guys wasted so much money
right now.
On healthcare.
They've got the seasonal flavors summer freeze out. It's amazing.
And I don't know why. I don't know if it's like if we have some sort of like produced in Canada thing where it's like so much of our stuff, because I know we protect Canadian businesses and stuff. So it's like so much stuff that's in Canada has to be produced in Canada. And if it turns into one of these things where it's like it's just hard to produce all of these things in Canada for these big companies, so they're like, we can bring up a shipment.
Don't have the Mountain Dew infrastructure.
We don't have the. We can't do. We're not doing the do quite yet, as they say.
Dan, does he know? Braden, this is going to be hard for you to learn on air, but at this point, the U.S. has pop that is flavored in things that are not taste. We have like Sprite Dream. You know, we have
Sprite Chill.
Chill. We have flavors that are supposed to convey
you have
emotions.
Feelings.
We have feelings as flavor. Yeah, the synesthesia is real.
Was it? There was Coke Pixel or Digital. There was Coke Pixel or something.
Yeah, it was wild.
Came out for
there was like a limited edition Coke that we got up here, and it was like.
Did you guys get the coffee Coke? Did you guys get the Coke coffee?
I like the Coke. Those were good.
Crazy.
I like those.
Are you serious?
I like those. Yeah. I like those.
Coffee and Coke.
I'm not an energy drink guy, and I thought I could do that. I was like, oh yeah, I could do these. They're not bad.
Happy about the coffee and Coke. When I was like, nah, I drink 2 of these. I have diabetes.
I got to keep them separated, man. To quote Offspring.
But we don't. We don't have. Yeah, we don't. We got a shipment of those weird like Coke. I say shipment as if it's like a small town. The whole community like gathers around. Like you go to the grocery store, you're like, it's like it was like Coke Sensation or something. You're like Sensation, and then you're like, what flavor is this? And it doesn't say flavor, and then you taste it. You're like, I don't even. Is this cinnamon?
Most
like,
of them don't make sense.
No.
Yeah,
most of them are flavor scientists who are saying like, we got to move this acetate, hydrochloride kind of thing, right?
I like all the ones that are cosmic flavored. I'm just,
yeah.
Anything cosmic flavored.
American, U.S. folks are suckers for. Actually, I think all of North America, we're all suckers. All the countries for anything that sounds cosmic. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You get something and it's like you're choosing between, let's say you're choosing between 2 bottles of water, and one just says water and the other one says water galaxy.
So 100%.
100%. And you look at the ingredients and the ingredient list on both of them is water. I'm going to go with Water Galaxy. You know what I mean? 100%. I want to believe.
Yeah. Throw anything space themed.
Oh, for
Hook,
sure.
line, and sinker.
Yep. Done.
If you had Coke Black Hole, I'd be like, all right,
try it.
All right.
The singularity.
Get me.
Where's Coke good. Quantum? I haven't that one.
Yeah.
You already drank it, bro.
Oh, that's right.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Drank it and didn't drink it at the same time.
Yeah. Schrodinger's Coke.
Coke Schrodinger.
Is the box empty or not? You don't know. You won't know to be open.
Yeah. It's a big reveal.
That's a great marketing ploy, because then you sell empty boxes for a little bit and people are like,
One time I
guess the weight would give it off, though.
Well, yeah, it's a diminishing return, right?
Yeah.
It works at some point. One time I started a band called Free Beer, and the flyers went over very well, and the first show was great.
That's
everybody was like, where's
Fucking bullshit.
We changed our name on the second show. Yeah. That trick only works once.
We have weird law up in Canada where it's like you can't drink in public anywhere. Really, like you can't drink at the beach, you can't drink at the park. But
Your secret's safe with us, Braden.
You can do fentanyl wherever you want, dude. Anywhere. No questions asked. You'd be just doing fentanyl. And but we have the right of protest, so you can't get arrested if you're having a protest. So I've always been like, well, if I put up a sign that says like, "Let us drink at the park," and then I drink while I'm drinking at the park, does that give me diplomatic immunity?
Impeccable.
Right? To be like, I'm protesting that I should be allowed to drink because that guy over there is bent over in half
Brilliant.
shooting up fentanyl. So I've always
your idea is brilliant, not the guy doing fentanyl. Just to be clear.
Yeah. No, my protest idea, right?
Yeah,
so just bring a sign.
Yeah.
I think if I bring a sign with me, I was going to try it out, but just the ticket, and I don't want to get that ticket.
Well, get someone else to do it.
Because then it would have to be a big thing because then it'd be one of those things where if I got the ticket, then I'd be like, well, hey, I have the right to protest. I shouldn't be getting any kind of punishment for protesting. Then I'd have to like challenge it. I'd probably have to do like a charter argument.
Have a lawyer. Yeah.
It would be funny to.
Excuse me. Yes.
Yeah. It would be solicitors. Yeah.
Because you're Commonwealth. So yeah.
It would be funny. It'd be funny to take it that far.
It'd be cool, but you
just to get out of a drinking in public ticket.
you miss a couple days of work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe for public appearances. You know what I mean? You would get sucked into it. You'd always have to be that guy with the sign. You know?
I should be able to drink here. Everywhere I go. That's great.
I see
That's
it.
great. That's hilarious.
You wouldn't even decide. You just make a big button you can wear. You just like slap it on. And just be like, all right, we're going out.
And whenever you have to have your license picture retaken, right? You wear that button. And it's part of your like freedom to protest. It's part of to do a religion. That's the way we do it. Just start a religion real quick. You guys are already working on the cult. Make it a part of it. I think fold it in. I'm sorry. I'm talking like a producer. I just think we're onto something.
It's good. Yeah. Listen, we've had some gold ideas. So really quickly, I'll pitch you since you're thinking producing. What do you think about this? Yeah. We're going to do home renovations, kind of like, but haunted home renovations. So it's like people are kind of like calling us because they're like, hey, our house is haunted. We go in, renovate it.
We play on that angle that it's like you have all of these like blue collar. It's usually blue collar haunted investigations. They all like you have UFO cowboys. You got your mountain monsters. You've got your what was the other one? There was like a Tennessee ghost inspectors, but they're also like just regular dudes, like construction workers or something. Like, you know, we just get like haunted contractors.
This is great. Cut this part of the podcast because if you guys don't do it, someone else will. I was initially confused because when you said haunted house renovations, the question is, are these guys renovating a previously haunted house, or are they renovating a house in such a way to make it haunted?
Make it haunted?
Make it haunted.
And so then we do.
Well, season 2. You know what I mean? Season 2.
You do the reveal like, look at it. We found black mold in the basement. That was definitely from some sort of poltergeist. Now look at it as we have the nice marble granite tile.
They're like, I keep seeing the spirit of a young child keeps running up and down the hallways. Like, okay, well maybe we'll put some carpet in here because it'll soften the footsteps.
We're gonna get rid of that hardwood.
We're gonna put some nice soft carpeting in here, right? And then we should be all right.
Amazing. That's
we'll put some sound dampening stuff up here on the walls here, probably.
Yeah, that'll soften the moans and the sounds of chains rattling.
Yeah, you probably want to move some furniture over this way. We'll adjust the etheric flow this way a little bit.
This is fucking fantastic.
All your chairs are bolted to the floor. They're not going to be flying anywhere.
They're not going anywhere.
Make it at least a comedy sketch, right? You guys hang out together and film that. That's beautiful. Someone else is going to do it if you do not, because you put it out in the ether.
I know. We always talk about that. That's what happened. I had $1 million idea. Laser bullets. It got stolen from me when I was like 18.
It's all right, man.
I've been bugging. It's been bugging me ever since.
So
laser bullets.
Another version of this idea. Okay, laser bullets is great, and thank you for bringing those into the world.
Yeah, thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah. Well. So another twist on the haunted house renovation. Let's say our heroes meet a rich couple that are complete pills, just absolute utter assholes, right? Mm-hmm. And their house is not haunted, but you hate them so much that you're like, yeah, we could do your crown molding for you. Thursday, I need by Thursday. Yeah, we'll get it by Thursday. Zoom to camera. What they don't know is this crown molding is pulled from a building. The last building where an orphanage was, on fire, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. I'm doing the vibe. I'm not going to do this specific.
I like
a tree. It's all pulled from a tree that was struck by lightning after they hung a man from it or whatever. Where we pulled our lumber from for their
exactly.
We got a great deal on this lumber. Cue the camera look.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Always be very obvious with this.
Yeah. We got you a great deal on the lumber.
Oh, fingers. Are you doing steeple fingers?
Yeah.
Doing Monty Burns fingers. Holy shit. All right. Well, these are great ideas. I'm super on board, and thank you for having me on the show. I think we got to a lot of stuff, and as you said, there's a lot more to cover. I look forward to hanging out with you guys in the future, and I'm sorry that you felt big time previously.
It's kind of an ongoing joke that anytime even one of us misses the show, you get slagged on. So we only slag you because we like you, and we wouldn't if we
didn't care, we wouldn't say anything.
Yeah, I was texting Zell and Andrew, and Zell was like, "Please go through my management."
That checks. That checks.
That does check.
Oh yeah, dude.
Well, we're gonna look.
And he's his management. He just wants you to email he's his own manager. It's insane. He just wants you to send it to another email. He likes making you work for it for nothing.
All right,
you already had the direct line. It's insane.
So you're gonna follow up with the sandwich stuff. I'm gonna follow up with Nanaimo.
Nanaimo.
Yeah.
Include a clip of you pronouncing it like Nanaimo.
Sure. Yeah. I'll write it in loud capital letters and do an audio clip. You guys are just the best. How do we end the show?
Hey, listen, Ben, why don't you pump some of your stuff? Getting new projects on the work you want people to go visit?
Yes, absolutely. There is a project that I am fortunate to be a hired gun on. It's called Wrongful Conviction. It's an ongoing series examining the stories of people who fell through the cracks of the justice system due to negligence on the part of defense or due to malicious conspiracy on the part of prosecution. So we interview these people about their experiences being caught up in an unfair system, and most importantly, their experiences being freed from that. One notable thing that I would like to draw everyone's attention to is our 3-part interview with Leonard Peltier, the world-changing First Nations American Indian activist who was falsely imprisoned for more than half a century on accusations of murdering 2 FBI agents. Mr. Peltier is currently not quite free. He's on clemency, which means he is on house arrest in North Dakota. So please do check out Wrongful Conviction. If you want to learn a lighter side of history, check out Ridiculous History. You can find me in an embarrassingly long show name, Stuff They Don't Want You to Know. And then every so often you can find me hanging out with the absolute legends, my eye patch brothers, alien theorists theorizing.
And as we always say at the end of these things, never take the fucking lie detector test. Never take it. It's only going to hurt you. And keep those eyes on the skies. Peace, everybody.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.